Have you ever found yourself in the middle of, well, a storm? Your child is on the floor, crying, screaming, completely lost to the world. And in that moment, every logical thing you try to say just vanishes. It's like you're speaking a different language. And if you're really honest with yourself, a fire starts to light up in your own chest. Your patience evaporates. Your voice gets tight. And suddenly, you're not just managing their chaos, you're fighting your own. What if I told you that in those exact moments, the hardest, most frustrating moments of parenting, lies the single greatest opportunity for transformation, not just for your child, but for you? Today, we are going from pages to practice with a book that fundamentally shifted how I see these moments, The Whole Brain Child by Dr. Daniel Siegel and Dr. Tina Payne Bryson. And our promise is this: by the end of this, you won't just have information, you'll have a practice. A way to turn meltdowns into moments of deep, lasting connection and growth. This is Pages to Practice. We don't just read books here, we live them. The core problem this book addresses is something we all feel but rarely name. We think the problem is the tantrum, the defiance, the slammed door, but the real problem is a disconnected brain. Imagine your child's brain has two floors. There's the downstairs brain. This is the primal part. It's responsible for big emotions, anger, fear, intense joy. It's the home of the fight or flight response. It's powerful, and it's online from birth. Then you have the upstairs brain. This is the sophisticated, thoughtful part. It's where logic, planning, self-control, and empathy live. It's the part of the brain that can think about consequences and regulate emotions. Here's the catch. The upstairs brain is under massive construction until a person's mid-20s. So when your child is having a meltdown, they are literally trapped in the downstairs brain. The staircase to the upstairs is blocked. And when we come in with logic, with threats, with calm down right now, we're basically standing at the top of the block stairs, yelling down at them. It just doesn't work. It can't. The book's profound insight is that our job isn't to punish the downstairs brain. Our job is to build a staircase, to help our children integrate these two parts of their brain so they can access their own calm, their own logic, their own empathy. This isn't about behavior management. This is about brain construction. So let's dive into the core principles. The architecture for building that staircase. The first, and maybe the most important, is a strategy called connect and redirect. It's so simple, but it goes against every instinct I used to have. The strategy is, first, connect with the right brain, the emotional, downstairs brain. Then, once the connection is made, you can redirect with the left brain, the logical, upstairs brain. So, instead of saying, there is no reason to cry over a broken cookie, you get down on their level. You connect. You might say, oh wow, you are so sage right now. You really wanted that cookie to be whole, didn't you? I get it. That is so disappointing. You're not fixing it. You're just validating the emotion. You're connecting with that downstairs brain. You're sending the message, I see you. You are safe. This feeling is okay. Only after you see their body relax a little, after you feel that connection land, only then do you redirect. I wonder, should we try to tape the cookie back together with frosting, or should we give it a proper burial in the trash? You're gently inviting the upstairs brain, the problem-solving, logical part, back online. Why is this transformative? Because you are literally modeling for them how to handle a big feeling. You're not dismissing it. You're meeting it with empathy and then moving through it toward a solution. You are building that neural pathway, that staircase, brick by brick. The second core principle is name it to tame it. The science behind this is incredible. When we experience a big, scary, overwhelming feeling, it's often chaotic and undefined. It's just a storm. But when we can put language to it, when we can tell the story of what happened, we use our left brain to make sense of our right brain's experience. The very act of naming the feeling integrates the brain and calms the nervous system. So when your child is just shut down, or sullen, or they come home from school and something is clearly wrong, but they just say nothing, you don't have to force it out of them. You can just be a gentle storyteller. You could say, you know, when I saw you get off the bus today, your shoulders were a little slumped, and your face looked a little bit sad and maybe a little worried. I wonder if something happened on the playground. You're not demanding an answer. You're offering a story. You're giving them the words they might not have. And if they start to talk, your only job is to listen, to help them tell the story. The more they can say, and then I felt angry, and then I was embarrassed. The more they are taming. That big feeling. This is transformative because it builds deep emotional intelligence. It teaches a child that their inner world makes sense, that it can be understood, and that they have the power to navigate it. They learn they don't have to be afraid of their own feelings. What a gift. Okay. This is pages to practice. The theory is beautiful, but the transformation happens in the doing. So let's get into the practice. Here are a couple of exercises to start building this into your life tonight. First exercise. The connect and redirect rehearsal. S3. I want you to do this later, when you have a quiet moment. Think back to the last time you and your child had a difficult interaction, a meltdown, a power struggle. Don't judge yourself, just observe it in your mind. Replay what you said. Now, rewind the tape. And this time, rehearse a different response. What could you have said to connect with the emotion first? What words of empathy could you have offered? You look so frustrated. It feels really unfair, doesn't it? You're shaking. You are so angry. Say the words out loud to yourself. Then, once you've connected, what gentle redirect could you have used? The expected outcome here isn't to fix the past. It's to build the muscle memory in your brain so that next time, the empathetic response comes just a little more naturally. Second exercise, the Name It to Tame It storyteller. The next time your child has a big feeling, even a positive one, practice being a storyteller after the emotional peak has passed. Maybe they're bouncing with excitement about a playdate. You can say, tell me the story of your excitement. What does it feel like inside your body? Is it like a bunch of butterflies? Or if they had a disappointment, you can wait until they're calm, maybe at bedtime, and say, can we talk about that sad moment from earlier? Let's tell its story, so it doesn't have to feel so big and scary anymore. The expected outcome is to make talking about feelings a normal, safe, and even interesting part of your family culture. You're giving your child a powerful tool for self-regulation that will serve them for their entire life. Now, let's be real and honest for a moment. This is not a magic wand. You would try to connect and redirect, and it will fall flat. You will be tired and stressed, and you will forget everything and just yell, go to your room. You will feel like a failure. This is the pitfall. This is the resistance. Please, hear me on this. This is not about perfection. It's about direction. Every single time you try, even if you're clumsy, even if it doesn't work perfectly, you are strengthening the connection with your child. The most powerful thing you can do after you lose your cool is to go back and repair. You can say, hey, I'm sorry. Mommy got overwhelmed too. My downstairs brain took over. Can we try that again? In that moment of repair, you are modeling humility, forgiveness, and the reality that we are all works in progress. That is a profound lesson in itself. So be gentle with yourself. This is a journey, not a test. And this, right here, is where we go beyond the book. This is the captain's signature. Because as you practice this with your child, you will realize something profound. This work isn't really about your child, it's about you. When your child's downstairs brain is raging, it triggers your downstairs brain. Their chaos activates your own stored up stress, your own unresolved feelings, your own childhood memories of being told to stop crying. To truly and authentically connect with their emotion, you first have to be able to hold space for your own. To regulate your own nervous system. To build a staircase inside yourself. This practice of parenting a whole brain child forces you, with the most beautiful and relentless pressure, to become a whole brain adult. It is a spiritual path disguised as a parenting strategy. It invites you to heal your own past so you don't pass it on to the future. It calls you into a deeper integrity, a rawer honesty, and a more profound level of self-awareness than you may have ever experienced. You're not just building a better brain for your child, you are rewiring your own. So as we close, I want to leave you with this one. Simple focus. Connect first. Before you teach, before you correct, before you solve, just connect. That is the entire practice in 2 words. In the comments below, I'd love for you to share one small moment, just one, where you plan to consciously practice connecting before redirecting this week. Sharing it makes it real, and reading each other's intentions reminds us that we are not on this journey alone. If this kind of deep, practical, and transformative exploration resonates with you, please subscribe and join our community. We go beyond the surface to find the wisdom that actually changes lives. Thank you for your time, for your presence, for being willing to do this deep and vital work. Now, go turn those pages into practice.